Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive.
Hello.
Today, we're going on a bit of a detective mission, you could say. We're pulling back the curtain on the fascinating world of mobile app development. We've got a stack of sources here introducing us to this company, and the name might make you jump to conclusions immediately. Horoscope 365.
Hey, you hear that and think one thing.
Exactly. But their actual portfolio, well, it reveals a really interesting and, frankly, kind of surprising strategic approach.
It really does.
So our mission today, figure out how a single developer manages such different app categories, what really makes a personal finance app tick, useful, and the clever ways these tools actually make money.
Yeah, get into the nuts and bolts.
It's going to be a journey into what's often right there in your pocket. I think you'll find some unexpected connections.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Indeed. And, the developer's identity is really where this whole story kicks off. Like you said, Horoscope 365. It naturally makes you think, okay, horoscopes, astrology, that sort of thing, doesn't it?
Totally. Star signs, predictions.
But what the sources show is that this name, it's actually the developer account name. Think of it like the business entity registered with Apple or Google for their app stores.
Ah, okay. The official publisher name.
Precisely. And under that name, they publish this remarkably diverse collection of apps, not just horoscopes at all.
Right.
So it's a really compelling case study, I think, in how app developers build, a brand, a business, often across fields that look, totally separate at first glance.
That's exactly what grabbed my attention. It sparked this whole deep dive, really.
Yeah.
Because you hear Horoscope 365, and yeah, you picture star charts, daily predictions. But the sources, they paint this picture of a much broader strategy, something more sophisticated. What's really amazing is just the breadth of what they offer.
Yeah, the variety is striking.
I mean, they're behind apps like Money Tracker Expense, a budget app, right?
Yeah.
And iTask To-Do List and Planner, even Magic Quotes Daily Motivation, all alongside their namesake, the Magic Horoscope and Zodiac Signs app. It feels like more than just diversification. It feels like a really shrewd way to engage users in different parts of their lives.
I think you've really hit on a critical insight there. This isn't just about, throwing a bunch of different apps out there. It sounds much more strategic. It's about addressing a whole range of, fundamental human needs, all under that one developer umbrella.
Okay, so there's a common thread.
I think so. If you connect the dots, all these apps, even though the topics are varied, finance, tasks, motivation, horoscopes, they all tap into this common desire we have for self-improvement. Or control, right? Control over your money, your time, maybe your emotional well-being with the quotes or horoscopes.
That makes a lot of sense, that underlying psychological thing.
It's a powerful unifier. It makes the portfolio feel much more cohesive than just, a random collection. It's not a scattergun approach.
Okay.
And it's also probably a smart risk mitigation strategy, too. Think about it. If one app category, say horoscopes, faces more competition or less interest, the others can act as a buffer.
That totally makes sense. So they've carved out this space in the, let's call it, personal well-being sphere.
Yeah.
But hitting it from different angles, reaching different needs.
Pretty much, yeah.
And this Money Tracker Expense and Budget app is such a prime example. It feels miles away from Zodiac Signs, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It's a very different category.
So, okay, for someone like you or me using it, what are the essential features? What do our sources highlight that makes this finance tool actually effective, user-friendly, and not just, another app lost in the crowd?
Right. That's the key question. Because success in finance apps isn't just having features, it's how well they work, how intuitive they are. So the sources point out that this Money Tracker app really nails the expense and income tracking. And not just by having the function, but by making it incredibly quick and easy.
Okay, low friction.
Exactly. Users seem to praise the streamlined entry process, the smart categorization. It even has options for recurring transactions that dramatically lowers the barrier to using it consistently.
Yeah.
Which, let's face it, is absolutely crucial for any finance app if you want people to stick with it long term.
Oh, I can totally relate. The biggest hurdle for me with finance apps has always been just the effort of logging every single thing.
Right.
If it feels like I'm doing my taxes just because I bought a coffee, I'm out. I just won't do it.
Exactly.
So focusing on simplicity for that basic tracking, that sounds like a huge win.
It really is. And then, beyond just efficiently recording stuff, the app offers robust budget planning.
Okay, so proactive, not just reactive.
Precisely. It's not just seeing where the money went, it helps you control where it will go, setting monthly limits for different spending categories, getting alerts that shifts the user from just watching to actually managing their finances.
Active management. Nice.
And then, to make sense of all this data, it generates clear, actionable financial reports.
The visual.
Yeah, visual charts, detailed reports, breaking down spending, income, side to rowances over time. This helps you spot trends, understand your habits at a glance. Much better than just scrolling through a long list of numbers.
Oh, that visualization part is so critical.
Yeah.
I agree. Seeing a pie chart of where your money actually went last month can be a real wake-up call.
Definitely.
Way more impactful than a spreadsheet, for sure. It reminds me of when I finally tallied up my streaming subscriptions.
Oh, yeah?
It's amazing how seeing data visually makes you rethink habits you didn't even realize were, well, habits. So it's
Yeah.
really about shifting from just recording to genuinely understanding.
Exactly. Understanding where it's going. And the app's strength keeps going with customization.
How so?
Well, this isn't just a nice to have. It's actually pretty critical for keeping users engaged. Being able to add, delete, or rename categories to fit your specific life.
Right, because everyone's different.
Exactly. Whether you're tracking, a complex business budget or just your daily personal spending, the app needs to adapt. This customization lets it do that. And finally, for users who want to maybe use their data elsewhere or keep an external backup, the app supports data export to an Excel file.
Practical.
Yeah, that level of flexibility means the app isn't like a walled garden.
Yeah.
It's a tool that can work within your broader financial setup.
That sounds like a really comprehensive set of features, clearly designed with, real-world use in mind.
Seems that way.
And the sources specifically mentioned the user-friendly interface, right?
Mhm.
Highlighting that reviews often praise how simple and easy it is to use,
Yeah, that comes up a lot.
making it accessible even for people who might find other finance apps too complex or, intimidating. Sounds like they really polished that user experience.
It appears so.
But okay, building a great app is one thing. The big question for any developer, especially one with such a varied catalog, is how do they actually make money from it? How do they turn that value into a sustainable business? Do the sources tell us about Horoscope 365's monetization strategy?
They absolutely do. And it highlights a very common and generally pretty effective strategy called freemium. Freemium.
All right.
The Money Tracker app is a perfect example. It's available for free. That lets them reach a huge audience, offer value right away without any cost up front, which massively lowers the barrier to just trying it out.
Makes sense. Get people in the door.
But as you'd expect with a free app, it does contain in-app advertisements.
Okay, so that's the free part covered. Ads support the free version.
Right.
So how do they encourage users to, pay up for something better?
Well, that's where the premium part of freemium comes in. Users have the option, it's just an option to pay a one-time fee.
Just once, not a subscription.
Just a one-time fee, according to the sources, specifically to remove those ads entirely, so you get an ad-free experience,
Okay.
which, not only improves the experience if you find ads annoying, but it also gives that feeling of a more polished, sort of dedicated version of the app.
I get that.
And what's really insightful here is that Horoscope 365 seems to apply this exact same monetization model across its entire portfolio. Wait, really? For all of them? The Horoscope app, the to-do list, the quote?
Yep, the finance tracker.
Yep.
All of them seem to follow this pattern. Free with ads, or pay a one-time fee to get rid of the ads.
Wow. That's incredibly efficient, isn't it? From a business and development standpoint.
It must be.
I mean, whether you're tracking expenses or checking your daily horoscope, the underlying business model is identical. That must streamline things massively.
It absolutely must. Think about it, that consistency lets them focus their development resources on the core features, the user experience.
Instead of constantly inventing new payment schemes for each app.
Exactly. No need to reinvent the wheel every time. It also probably creates a fairly predictable revenue stream from both sides. The ad impressions from free users and those one-time purchases from paying users.
Yeah.
And this uniform approach might even make cross-promotion easier, maybe. Users get familiar with how it works. But I wonder, does having such a consistent model across such different kinds of apps ever cause issues? Like, is there a risk that someone using the Horoscope app, maybe expecting something lighter, reacts differently to ads than someone deep into a serious finance tracker?
That's a really perceptive question. While the freemium model definitely has broad appeal, yeah, you could argue it might limit the revenue per user compared to, say, a tiered subscription model with more premium features locked away.
Right, where you pay more for more functionality.
Yeah. But for Horoscope 365, sticking to that simple one-time ad removal fee, it really simplifies their marketing, their user onboarding across all these different apps.
Keeps it clean.
Creates a really clear, predictable path for users to upgrade if they want to, without getting bogged down in the complexity of managing, I don't know, multiple subscription tiers for different features in a finance app versus a horoscope app.
That makes sense. It's a lean approach.
It really is. It lets them focus those dev resources on the core stuff and just reach a wider audience overall. It honestly speaks volumes about how sophisticated app developers are today.
Yeah, it does.
And not just making these one-off tools anymore. They're building entire ecosystems,
Yeah.
all under a single developer umbrella.
That's a key observation, I think. This developer isn't trying to be just a niche provider. They seem to be aiming to be a comprehensive source of helpful everyday digital tools.
Yeah.
And the fact that they can manage something as complex as a financial app like Money Tracker right alongside these more maybe whimsical but still sort of self-help focused apps like Magic Quotes.
Right. It shows real skill.
It suggests an underlying mastery in things like user interface design and just delivering tangible value across really different types of content. It's about meeting various user needs just under this single identifiable developer name, even if the name itself is a bit surprising.
Yeah, the name still gets me.
And this sort of unified design philosophy focusing on clean interfaces, clear, actionable value, that's probably what makes scaling across different app types efficient for them.
Well, this deep dive has really unpacked the layers, hasn't it? We've explored how a company like Horoscope 365 manages this really varied portfolio so successfully, from the nitty-gritty of financial tracking to, the softer side of daily motivation. We've seen the specific features that make an app like the Money Tracker genuinely useful, that intuitive tracking, the proactive budgeting, those visual reports, the customization, the data export.
All the key ingredients.
And we've learned about that universal freemium model they use, keeping the apps accessible, but also offering that premium ad-free option.
Exactly. And if we kind of zoom out, look at the bigger picture, this really highlights a significant trend in the app world, doesn't it?
How so?
Well, developers are strategically offering value to a really broad audience, and they're leveraging these effective, consistent monetization models to do it. It's smart business. Which brings up an interesting question, maybe for you, the listener. When you download a new app, do you ever stop and think about the developer behind it? Or look at what else they make?
Probably not often enough.
And maybe thinking about a developer like this one with such diverse offerings, how might understanding their overall business model or maybe their design philosophy influence your trust or how you engage with their different apps?
That is a great thought to ponder next time you're browsing the app stores.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you really can't judge an app developer just by, its most obvious product or its name.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning.